Hello, everybody, and welcome to this first unique and solo episode of the MACE podcast. I'm your host, Marco Macente, and I am so thrilled to bring this new and unique episode to all of you. So, why I am here with a new podcast, a new series, and a new fresh format? Mostly because I love communication. I love bringing new ideas and new contents to all of you. And also because I love bringing to you the stories, as it is with them and thanks to them that we can build our bridges and being human in what we do. This means sharing, empowering, enhancing, mastering, and elevating ourselves each time we want to. The podcast is a precious tool, and I would like to get the most of it. So please enjoy this new podcast, the MACE podcast, and leave a comment here. Our first and special guest is Elena Gritsko from Ukraine. She will be sharing with us her history, her experience, but also her journey, because as you know, in Ukraine, there is a difficult situation as there is a war over there. She moved from Ukraine to Spain, and at the moment she's based in Spain. She has 15 years of experience as executive assistant working in different multinational companies. She's a trainer as since 2019 she teaches to personal assistant and executive assistant in different multinational companies. She's passionate about growing people and creating the pool of true professionals who are able to provide high level support, enjoy their job, and build up a successful career. I really love her quote, which is I believe that the biggest motivation and inspiration come from doing what you really love. You need to be fully dedicated to what you do, to succeed in it, and make your job one of your most favorite hobbies. With this amazing quote, I leave the stage to Elena, and please enjoy our conversation. Hi, Elena. Good evening. How are you?
Hello, Marco. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, and I am super excited to have you here with me. So, Elena, I have already shared with the audience a little bit about your experience, your background, and your history. But I would like you to share also these more in details with all of us. So, tell us about you and your journey. What are the main things that you remember most about this year?
Yes, you know, I am coming from Ukraine, so there
Yeah.
are many different things to remember this year. I would like to start with that 2022 started really nice for me. Like we were happy having Christmas time and meeting New Year. But at the end of February, everything changed.
Yeah.
And in a couple of hours, I just had to pack all my life into several suitcases, get into
Yeah.
the car with my family, with my cat, and just to live in the unknown direction.
Yeah.
Now I'm in Spain. I made a
Yes.
long way to get here for about 2,500 kilometers, passing through 4 countries and much more cities, but finally I'm here.
Yeah.
But still, you know, like despite this experience, most I remember the beautiful things.
Yeah.
I met a lot of beautiful people on my way, and I received a huge help with shelter, clothes, food, and even money. I received support from IMA community, and especially from Italian girls Irene and Deri, who were
Yeah.
like our, you know, like our guardian angels who helped so much with everything. And on my way, I received many support from different people. And when I get here, so the hosting family treated us as their best friends. And the school management has a very big hearts, and they accepted my daughter to a private school for free. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I received a lot of support with sharing my CV worldwide when I was searching for a job. And I finally found one, and I even changed one already. And yeah, so many other things I remember. I'm trying to focus on the good ones. So it is as it is.
Yes, definitely. So it's amazing the things that you are sharing with all of us, Elena. So as you said, you are from Ukraine. So it's amazing how you could stand positive and you could maintain, right, the positiveness and positive thoughts despite all the things that were happening around you, right? So I would like to share this with all of the audience that is listening to us, how the approach and the attitude that we have towards the thing can make the difference, right? And I think this is a beautiful, a positive message that we will need to share with all the people. Do you agree?
Yeah, completely. The focus matters.
Yes, definitely. And another thing that I would like to highlight here is the power of the community, the power of the network, right? You
Yeah.
mentioned that IMA community helped you a lot. And it was a journey, literally, right? The one that you did from Ukraine across 4 different countries, with now the destination that is Spain. So it was a journey, and throughout your journey, you had the possibility to meet amazing people that were sharing with you the mission and the vision of IMA. So definitely this is bringing an added value to you as a person, but also to you as a professional. And we will speak about this later on. So it's amazing to see how belonging to a community, to an association can make the difference, right?
Yes. Yes. It matters a lot.
So thanks a lot for sharing these things with all of us. I would like to ask you my second question. So you are a trainer, right? You are a coach. My second question for you is, basing on your experience, how admin professionals can level up and manage up their career?
Yeah, I could say just, like do your job well and extend your influence, but I would like to go a little bit into
Yeah,
details.
yeah, of
So, you
course.
know that, yeah, today the technology redefines how we work, and the skills we need to get ahead in the job market are also evolving. And in today's fast changing world, you need to be able to adapt quickly to any situation and confidently act under unknown circumstances. And every next level has something new, something you need to learn and to adapt to. So I believe that adaptability comes first. Next,
Yeah,
I would like to say that know your professional ambitions and your
yeah,
strong sides, and use this, yeah, to grow and go to the next level. Know everything about everyone and have a wide network of contacts with the help of which you can deal with any
yeah,
request.
yeah.
And I also think here IMA is the perfect community for for solving any question you may have. It's very supporting and it's just brilliant. Another topic is like invest into your self-development and follow up your individual development plan. If you don't still have one, so create it together with your boss, discuss it, modify it, and finally implement it.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah, also I think that it is very important to know your deepest inner motivation. Know your why and why you're doing what you're doing and what do you want to get out of it finally.
Yes, definitely. I completely agree with you, Elena. These are amazing tips and tricks and suggestions. So I really love the point that you mentioned about your why, right? So we have a scope, we have passions, we have something that can motivate us to do what we do. So definitely understanding what is our why can make the difference and can help us to level up and elevate ourselves and our role. Being you a trainer, right, and a coach, let's get this more in details. I would like to ask you my third question, which is, how are you working with admin professionals? What is the main focus that you have?
When I created my school, my aim was to provide students with all those knowledge and instruments that would help them to work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
with solutions that save time and the methods that help to build a successful career. But also, I always kept in mind and keep in mind the thing is that it is very important to be able to convert your daily routine into your favorite hobby so that you could sincerely enjoy it and do it with pleasure, as I was doing that. So I'm teaching to take the responsibility to act
Yeah.
as leaders, to create the positive impact into your company's success, and kind of like planting the seeds for your future growth.
Yeah.
So this
Definitely.
is yeah, this is the aim I'm implementing by training assistants, by giving them real business cases to solve, sometimes really hard ones and difficult, to find several solutions, to think, to ask questions, to be curious, to search for answers, to be attentive to details. It
Yeah.
all matters. It all forms the one picture which you need to fill in with different puzzles. So I focus on that, but in reality, they take much more because finally the mindset changes.
Yeah.
And this is what remains with you forever, not just until the training lasts.
Yes, definitely. So it's very interesting here. So working and be focused on the approach, on the mindset definitely is key, right? In order to let people unlock and unleash the light to be able to shine, right? So I would like to ask you a question. How the cultural background can influence an admin professional when attending trainings or conferences? You maybe worked with different, right? Admin professional coming from different countries with different background, cultural background. How are you dealing with that, being a trainer, being a coach?
I've just worked with the assistants from my country. I didn't go international yet.
Okay.
So it is like the same mentality, but the background is absolutely different.
Yeah.
Because in Ukraine, the role of personal assistant is something that I think almost nowhere else exists.
Yeah.
This is a kind of combination of executive assistant plus personal assistant, with where you are accountable for everything, for managing both business life and personal life and time of your boss. And with cultural backgrounds, I work mainly when I teach to work with foreigners, with expats.
Yeah.
Because,
Definitely.
yeah, for example, when the British boss or Italian or French comes to, let's say, for Ukraine, so it's absolutely different. And there are also some life hacks. You need to notice the details. You need to initiate the sessions where you learn more about him, where you learn more about his method of work, where you learn how the things should be done, how he wants them to be done, like
Yeah.
to help them match in this.
Yes, definitely. So thanks a lot for sharing these things with all of us. And also, it is interesting that you are bringing right the perspective of your country. Speaking about the admin profession, it's really interesting to understand the combination that you mentioned, and you know that each country has its own style, right? So the executive assistant that we may meet in Italy is different from the one that we could meet in UK and in Ukraine. So definitely
Yeah.
having you sharing with us the perspective of the admin profession from Ukraine, it's very enhancing. So thanks a lot, Elena, for sharing this with all of us. So let's go ahead. What strategies can admin professionals use to exert their influence and make sure their ideas are heard?
Your ideas can be heard if you communicate them to someone who can listen. Yeah, so to
Exactly.
communicate them to the right person, to the right person. And once you are at this point, then I would start with being very attentive to details, analyze situations, people's behavior, and reactions. This is needed for when you'll need to convey an idea to someone. You can anticipate already the reaction and prepare the argument in your favor. And also, you should clearly show the benefits the person or company will receive if implements your idea. So
Yeah.
how will it change their life and make it easier, better, more beautiful? How will it help to solve existing problems, save money, time, and wherever else? So why should they do what you suggest? This is the first one. Another thing is that I would recommend to stop coming to your boss with problems and instead bring some ideas for its solutions.
Yeah.
Like suggest 2-3 options, and in the best case, you'll have one of them confirmed. Otherwise, your boss will give you another alternative if none of suggested fits him. But he or she will appreciate such approach, I'm sure, because in his eyes, you'll be someone who already thought about possible ways to beat the problem. And it already reduced his workload and saved his time on thinking and searching for solutions, right?
Yeah.
So I strongly believe, and I have a good experience, that if you use this approach again and again in perspective, it will lead to what you want. You will be heard.
Yes,
And
definitely. I totally agree with you.
yeah, and also it's important to go beyond of what is asked for. Like if you ask for such for some simple thing, like check out the price for, let's say, 1 square meter in royal house residence, yeah, it's more PA's job. And of course, you can make a research and find out the prices are different depending on the floor height, date of flat readiness, like payment by parts or full. So these factors, and you can give this info and it will be exactly what he asked you for. But you can go beyond. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can bring him like already several flats plannings with the prices of ready for living flats on the ones under construction. Also compare the plannings and check the prices into the like neighbor living residence. Yeah, so to give him the full picture, and in perspective, this will lead that you'll be gaining some authority, trust, and also that your ideas will be heard and perceived.
Yes, definitely. You touched a lot of topics, and I totally agree with you. And speaking about influence, right? Admin professional can be leader, right? And leadership
Yeah,
is all about influence. So, what do you think about that? How an admin professional can be a good leader?
I think it is important, first of all, to feel this
Yeah.
leadership inside. Yeah,
Mm,
because
yes.
everything, yeah, if you don't feel it inside, it influences your communication, your gestures. Like confident person sounds differently. Yeah, so, and again, like go with ideas, suggest something, and take responsibility and be accountable for all the processes. Like, like own the process. It's mine. I am accountable for it. Don't say like, I don't know how to do that. I couldn't find the
Yeah.
right person to do that. So this is which is not allowed. These are the basics, I would say.
Yes, definitely. So influence is all about credibility, right? So as you said, being accountable, being responsible, knowing what you do definitely will help you to build your credibility and also your influence. So I totally agree with you. And I think that admin professional should get this direction in order to lead, in order to take the lead also in meetings or in a project. This topic
Yeah.
is a very important one. So thanks
Yeah,
a lot.
I would like to add one little thing here.
Yeah.
It's very important, like for a leader, for the assistant who wants to become a leader, to find an interest, even
Mm,
in
yeah.
not interesting things or tasks. For example, like you have sometimes to make a transcription from voice messages to the text. Yeah, like your boss doesn't have any time to answer the email of one person, and he just dictates you something, leaves you a voice message saying that type this answer. And for many, it seems very boring, because you're typing what you are set for, but you can make a use out of it because you can notice how he structures his communication with different people. Yeah,
Yeah.
which tactics he uses, which things, like how he gives a feedback, how he requests for help, maybe, or for pushing or interaction things. I think it's very, very important to develop the leadership, to
Yes,
learn such things.
Yes, definitely. I totally agree with you. And I mean, it's a broad topic, right? So admin professional can definitely be focused on this kind of skills. Speaking about leadership is one of the most important things, in my opinion, in order to be effective, right, when performing the admin role. So definitely, I'm super happy that you are sharing these suggestions with all of us. So we are wrapping up today with this amazing episode that we are making together. I'm so proud to have you here. And before making my last question, I would like to focus a little bit on changes, right? Because change management and also last year was an year of big changes, and you lived a lot of changes this year, right? Because you said you are from Ukraine, you had to deal with a lot of changes. And
Yeah.
I would like to focus with you in order to let our audience be on the same page with these things. In order to deal with all of these changes, what did you do in order to be focused and be optimistic despite all of these changes that you faced?
Yeah, this is the topic of the mindset. Yeah,
Yeah,
I developed it for several years. So, and I understood that you just need to let the past go. If you focus on the past and in problems you had in the past, in my case, in everything that was left there, in my case, like everything that is beyond the things you have in your suitcase is a luxury.
yeah,
So if I focus on that was left behind, I will get depressed. It will not lead me to anything. But if I focus on the beautiful things I have to build, like building a new life from scratch, I need to do this, find a job, find a flat, find a school for my daughter, yeah, and everything. So I just, in my imagination, I design the beautiful pictures, and I think on the steps how to get there.
yeah, definitely.
And
So
this is a journey. So this is
yeah,
what helps me, the right focus.
this is amazing. So you are able to envision, right? What you would like to see and what would you like to experience, and this is a very
Yes.
a great ability. So I'm so happy to hear about that because I think that it is important too. So thanks a lot for sharing this with all of us. Let's go to my last question. That is, what were your lessons learned in this journey that you would like to share with our audience? You mentioned a little bit of them, but let's focus again on this topic that is very important.
Yeah. Okay. So as you know, as an EA, I had a long journey, more than 15 years.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
one of the topics is that you cannot be loved by everyone doing executive assistant's job, and this is okay. Take it
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
Yeah. So another one is work on your personal brand and image. The issue is that if you don't even want to look anyhow, you are looking somehow. And remember that the world is a small city,
mm,
and the person who is currently your colleague in the future perspective can become your boss. He can
yeah,
give you a job or he can help you somehow. So treat people well. Yeah, this is the very important learning. Then I would say that there is nothing more constant than changes. So just you need to develop your adaptability and stress resistance, and you'll be fine. And from EA experience, like if you made a mistake, just go to your boss directly and say, I made a mistake. And these are my suggestions how I can correct that. Yeah, so
yeah,
be honest. It's very bad if he finds out or she will find out from anybody else about this mistake. It will, yeah, it will spoil everything. Yeah, also like feel empowered and don't be afraid of tasks you don't know how to do. Take leadership, and there is always someone who knows how to do it.
yeah,
Ask for help. Yeah, and believe that there is nothing impossible, and act as if it was true.
yeah. Definitely, definitely. I love this last one. Act as it was true. So definitely, nothing is impossible, right? So it's a matter of
Yeah.
willingness most of the times.
Yes.
So thanks a lot, Elena. Thanks a lot for sharing with all of us your amazing suggestions, the advice, and the tips that you collected and you learned also across your journey. And I'm so proud that we made it. So I'm so happy to share with all the audience this episode. And I want to thank you for your time. I know that you are very busy, so thanks for your time. Thanks for making this together. And I cannot wait to see you again at the next IMA event. Why not in the near future? So thanks a lot and have a nice evening ahead. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Marco. It was my pleasure to be here with you.